Hey, we're up in Maine. Yep, we're up here in Maine. Day to day senior care, virtually with my with my best friend Wi- and former peer Will Taylor, um, in Saco, Maine. Right, Will? How you doing,
Yeah,
buddy?
great.
Uh,
You, Charles?
Good, 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 good. I wanted him to come on and spend some time with us on the road tour. Um, didn't expect to get up to Maine so quick. I'm still working out here on Long Island, but I do have former peers I worked with up in Maine as well. And Will is top notch. My maintenance director, the best, one of the best maintenance directors I've had in my career. And we worked in a place called Southridge, um, rehab and nursing, and they also had an assisted living facility on campus. A very big facility. It had also a big, large apartment complex, old fashioned. Uh, colonial style place that housed nurses and others that could stay for inclement weather, snowstorms, which is, Will, does it snow up in Maine?
Yeah, this has been a pretty cold winter this year.
Yeah. And I remember the winters we had, like that, the time where that one nurse's aide, she wanted to get out faster than you guys could plow. And what did she do?
Right.
She's spinning in circles
Uh,
up there. You get caught up in a
yeah,
Maine snowstorm, you better, let people help you first. Otherwise, you're going to
right.
be stuck for a while because they're on to the
Yeah,
next, right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was quite a show that day.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was
And,
cars stuck everywhere.
yep. And that, share with us your role as a maintenance director up there. I mean, down here, we get snowstorms now and then. Our maintenance directors have to work hard, including all administrations, shoveling snow, staying for 3 days. But with you, your crew, you guys get ready early.
Yeah, we try to beat the rush. If it was up to me, I'd have somebody there pre-storm. Just making sure everything's out of the way, and we got a clear path for whether it be snow blowers. And believe it or not, we were pretty lucky at Southridge. We had one full-time maintenance guy, which was a resident, Paul Labby, who loved to shovel snow. So we
Yep.
barely, there was a couple walkways we really didn't have to do, but we double check them, but he always had them done. Never questioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
still communicate with him too through email and text, and you know,
nice, nice. Yeah, you had a good crew when we
yeah,
were working together. Close to two
yeah,
years. Close to 2 years.
yep,
Um, and then, of course, it stopped because I had gotten a phone call that the Hampton Center wanted me back, to do, to become the administrator there because of a situation, and it just worked out. I gotten a call from Vince Lagano, who was my mentor, and I love the guy. He did so much for me. I wouldn't be
right,
where I am today if it wasn't for him. But he was like, go, go, go. I got the phone call. They need somebody. Go for the interview. But if it wasn't for him, that wouldn't have happened either. So, a big shout out to Vince Lagano for so much in my career. Um, so, um, Will, we also had times when I came up there. We had the March 2020 COVID,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
That
then,
hit right like a month or two after I started.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Okay. And then when I got up there in July of 2020, um, things were kind of calm. You guys were really low on the list for getting COVID back, as compared to what happened down in New York and other places. So I said, okay, well, there could be a second wave, and you and I were, thinking about it, and sure as you know what, it happened by September, October. We were starting to, you know, go into quarantine mode, right?
yeah, yeah. It was a learning experience for everybody.
It sure was.
Yeah,
Um, and I was like, wow, it followed me up, because you already knew my war stories, when we lost
yeah,
so many residents in,
yeah. You
two,
guys were
two
way
weeks.
worse.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost most of at least 27 people within a 3-week period.
Yeah,
It was
that's a
incredible.
lot.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we got, and with your expertise and your experience in maintenance and operations involving construction of COVID, anti barriers, and you want to share a little bit how you prepared the nursing home for the big wave?
Like I said, it was a learning experience. So we tried pretty much anything that we could get a hold of at the time because that was another issue was getting stuff. There was such a demand for things that it was hard to even get things. So we either did plastic barriers for walls or like those freezer flaps that you go
Hmm.
in and out of a freezer with, and I mean we were pretty much trying everything, and I'd like to think we were fairly successful because we had a pretty low rate, and throughout the whole COVID experience, we lost a few, but nothing like the numbers of some people did.
I know, I know. It was experience, and having you there and others. Um, I mean, I know you were all very confident in me, and I noticed that real quick because you guys knew that I went through it already.
Right,
So you were like, all right, this guy's going to help us get through this, and being the leader I was a very personable guy, but at the same time, Will was like my second in command because he was the one I could trust the most to get through this. Because honestly, some people did. I'm not going to mention names, but some people didn't know what to do, and they were probably scared, and rightfully so. But
right.
um, yeah, I can remember us having to screen every single person coming in the building throughout the day.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Ay, ay, ay,
yeah,
and taking temperatures and,
right.
and then but we all had to do our other part of the jobs too, right? I mean, there's snow going, not snow, it wasn't yeah, it didn't start snowing until around November, December, but we had that and we had other things. Didn't you have to change the, generator too? When was that? Was that
Yeah,
in the spring
and
or
ended up changing that out also to another bigger, better, more modern,
yeah,
and a new water system.
yeah,
Those are a couple big purchases.
yep, and then with the state surveys, we worked hard on
Yeah,
those environmentals, remember
yeah.
they
My first one with you was I had no write ups for of any, and when the North Country, the headquarters there, called for the deficiency report. I remember Doug saying we didn't have one, and he said that's very rare.
Yeah, Doug, my regional. Yeah, I miss him too.
Yeah,
He was a really nice guy. He taught me some stuff
yeah,
as
he
well.
sure was. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
so you just be up front with him and tell him like it is, and he'll do the same.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And what is Southridge? Are they still expanding? I know that they had that place that they opened up further out. Um,
Oh
but
yeah, was that the one in Rockland? Was it
uh, heading towards oh boy,
or was
that
it?
were 611. No, 611 is Pennsylvania. Where was
Uh,
not there was a route that you would pass the main throughway going
right.
further towards New Hampshire, but you
Oh yeah. Oh,
and the
the
Walmart
one out in Sanford there.
Sanford, yes, Sanford.
Yeah.
Yep,
I can't remember the name of that
I
one,
know.
but yeah, yeah, that was
Summer
up and
Commons,
running. Yeah,
Summer
Summer
Commons,
Commons. I
Summer
went there
Commons.
for a while and helped maintenance and get their books all together and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
went there and helped them out for a while too.
Oh yeah, you got pulled away when we
Yeah, a
needed you
few
the most
times.
too.
To
Yeah.
Evergreen also, and then the Summer Commons at the end.
And folks listening up in Maine, when you got to go somewhere else, you're traveling because
Yeah,
everything is not so close and
right.
congested like in New York. So, all
But
right,
one thing is, when you're on the interstate and it says your destination is 20 miles, and it's 20 minutes, not 20 miles, hour and a half,
yes,
It's
yes,
it's very rare there's any type of traffic jam, and that's from an accident or something, which is expected at any place.
Yeah, I
But
remember.
I don't wake up and listen to a traffic report here.
Hmm. I was just always worried about the weather in the winter. That's when I would put on my the weather report. But and I
Yeah,
would look and I'd be like -6 today. I'm like, oh
right.
my gosh! So I'm gonna have to, thermals, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. You wake up and it says it's 0 out today. We're like, zero's not even a number.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was great times, and I'm coming up this summer. But before I get into that, we definitely want to make a visit to Southridge, and say hello to some of the people that are still there. There's CNAs there, I'm sure, that are still
Oh,
working after all these
oh yeah.
years.
Yeah. There's a few of the managers that are still there. I was up there a couple weeks ago seeing the maintenance guy, Richard, who took over.
Okay.
And I just stayed out there and visited him, but he was mentioning some names that were still there.
Hmm. Oh yeah, because definitely want to say hello to people, because we're going to eventually. I have my Maine license that is still it's not active right now, but once I go to activate it again, the fact that I did, that I was awarded that license, I'm very grateful for. So when I go back up and apply for, they have senior care up there as well, Will, right? And
Yeah,
and Will was sharing with me because Will is partnering up with me on this venture when we make this leap, and in order for us to get this structured together and provide some companion service up there, it's going to be under the Maine Department of Health, unlike down here in New York, where you don't need to have a license for non-companion care, but you do need to be licensed by the Department of Health for the medical companion care, like home health aides and helping people more than ADL care. So we would work on that eventually and get that someday in the future if we feel that it's necessary. Right now, we're pretty busy down here in New York, just providing services for our current clients, and we have more opening up next month, and these one in this final week. So um, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting, Maine. Um, all right, so we're at the halfway point, and Will and I wanted to share some other interesting venture that we a passion thing, something that we really enjoy. Um, Him and I are avid campers. We love to camp. We love the great outdoors. More so him than I because he's in the great outdoors. He's in the great state of Maine. I mean, you can't get a better state than that if you're a camper adventurer, right? Tell us a little bit
right.
of tell us a little bit about the the nature of Maine, the fun, that the camping. Just share a little bit about,
It's just being more so in nature. I mean, we got a couple cities, but nothing compared to down south and the West Coast, and we're pretty laid back. Just like the sign says when you pull into Maine,
Mhm.
Maine, the way life should be. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's like you said, pretty laid back. Plenty to do year round. I mean, don't let the snow stop, even though it's cold. When you're bundled up on a snowmobile, it's and you drive hard. It makes you hot, so you're not cold at all. And when you're sledding and you stop out in the middle of the woods and there's a warming shack with a fire going, just the camaraderie between everybody and the talking, and it's pretty nice,
Yep.
you know. To me, it's not about how many miles you go; it's the fun you had that day being there.
Yeah. And as far as camping, I just can remember so many camping places up there, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. And from the ones where you can go and rent a little shack, there'd be, numerous little shacks on site, and you can rent them or bring your own camper or tent sites. Or I mean, and the ones that have just tent sites or even campers, they'll actually have modern bathroom facility right there on site. So believe it or not, it makes for a way better enjoyable camp.
Oh, that's awesome. I know. And I looked at the Maine camp ownership association. It's a place where a lot of camp owners they go to business meetings. They have a conference once a year where everybody comes up and they look at new campers. They look at campsites. They're there showcasing their campgrounds. A lot has changed up there over the
Yeah,
years, right? And when I was up there, I was always an entrepreneur minded person. um, even when I was younger, and I'm always looking at things like that. And I said to myself, here's some opportunity. And I shared with Will the opportunity for us that someday I'm going to have a companion company, and someday I'm going to also want to do my other passion, which is camping and being a part of nature. And especially when you get older, you want to do something that you enjoy more because there's not much left you could do as you get old. That's my,
right.
I mean, everyone. I mean,
Enjoy things.
yes,
Enjoy things that you look past when you were a kid because you didn't take the moment to stop and see the whole picture. As a
e-
kid, you just were out there.
exactly. So, um, and that's why Will and I also agreed to go on our on this on the road uh, studio tour, and discuss the next step we're going to eventually graduate to. Right now, our most important is to get our companion program going up there. But the reason being, because first we have our companion program, then we get to use our companion weekend getaway programs. What we're doing down here in New York, we're taking clients out camping on the weekends. We're carrying over clients from last year that are campers into this year. And as we acquire new companions, we talk with the clients' families, and if they're, able to do a lot of physical, requirements needed in camping, we bring them out for the day, and some can obviously stay overnight if they're, you know, with all the waivers and stuff, and we have a great time toasting marshmallows. They have the
Oh yeah,
bathroom, things like that, and just the smell of the campfire and taking walks. So we're looking to eventually, bring our RV up there. Our first is going to be a nice weekend retreat. That's going to carry into the week, but the weekend will be the big thing. Because I'll be up there for at least a week. So preparing for all this with Will, because we got a lot to do together. But yeah, and we're looking at some property and possibly a campground ourselves in the near future, so we can start bringing our RVs up there. I have people down here in New York that are absolutely ready to go up there and bring their RVs and spend the week on a new property that we're going to grow to accommodate those that want to get out and have a good time. And if it's our clients up there, because if we build clients up there in Maine, they want to camp. Well, you know how to. I've seen your outdoor fire pit. You're the
yeah,
creative side. You do great
yeah.
artwork to really put some really good landscaping on our property and make it real rustic. And why don't you share a little bit about your craftsmanship too?
I just pretty much do some little metal art on the side. Uh,
He's
been
being very modest now, folks.
I was a little successful with it. I mean, uh, a lot of people love it. I mean, if I take a piece to work, I usually don't bring it home. Somebody there buys it.
Hmm.
I did the Main Street Art Festival a couple years ago with 75 artists, and first time me doing anything like that. And I was voted People's Choice, so
Yes, awesome.
that made me feel pretty good.
Absolutely.
And
And
I sold a couple grand and six.
you can go to Will's Facebook page, and you can see a lot of his um, things he's done, the art events he's been at, all that kind of stuff.
This is, I'll
Oh,
pull
he's
hold
got it.
one of
Here it
these.
comes.
Right.
Oh
There's one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
cards.
Perfect.
So
Yep.
there you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you'll be able to see that. I can get a link as well, right off of this week when we put this into our YouTube channel. And thank you, everyone, again. Too, I was mentioning it the other day that over 5,000 views since we started doing our
Nice.
podcasting series, between the On the Road, the Care with Confidence series, too, and the I always forget the third one. Oh yeah, starting your own senior care business. So. But this is it. We're really looking forward to getting together and setting things up. And as we go forward, you'll be seeing more from both of us as we begin. I'm hoping to be up there as soon as the snow thaws. How long does it take
Yeah.
again for the snow to thaw up there?
It's going pretty good right now. I can start seeing lawn here and there. Uh,
Ah,
but
lawn. Okay.
it's been, almost 60 for a few days. So that don't take much to stop melting snow right there.
Yeah, yeah, we lost almost yeah, it was like almost 3 feet finally disappeared quick because we had a
Wow.
nice little warm up. But now we're
Yeah.
getting cold again. It's going to be like back to normal, 45,
Yeah, it
50.
was 30s, at the end of the week versus, the 58, 59 that we were getting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. So Will and I are really excited. This event that we're going to have, our first big event up in Maine, again is going to be we have a campsite that we're going to have ready for people to come up. I'll be bringing up some people from New York and family, obviously, hopefully, and some other people, some big clients, and of course, we're going to be meeting up with Will, and Will has some friends and family up there as well, and we're just going to get things started. Um, and I will, as you everyone knows, I'll keep you posted on that for those enthusiasts of Maine or anyone that wants to join me, become a camper companion and spend your summers up a couple weeks here and there up in Maine or weekends. Be nice, right? We'll talk about that as well. Um, so, yeah. Anything you want to share? Anything else, Will, on
uh,
what we may be able to do this coming spring and summer?
well, hopefully you get out and see some sights. If you felt like still driving, we could have gone to my sister's, and up there is very relaxed, and we could
Oh,
have gone moose antler hunting and stuff. And
I wish I had that video I could show right now.
yeah, you'd be surprised that she got a
Uh,
couple dogs that sniff them out, and
Oh man, I
she's gotten
know.
some pretty nice pieces.
Yep.
I mean, she just sold one set, a matching set to somebody for 1,500, and the
Wow.
guy didn't even bat an eye. She
Wow.
goes, I probably could have got 2 grand for it.
Oh boy, I'm
You
in.
know,
I think we're going to switch from camping business to
right?
let a
Yeah,
couple of scouts get out there and look for
right.
antlers. But
That, and you get to get out in in Mother Nature.
I know the fishing. It's just so much fun up
Yeah,
there. Just
yeah,
hanging with you, like that time you took me up to that local diner. I mean, that was huge. That was such
yeah.
a. All the motorcycles showing up.
Oh yeah,
You're a biker like me too.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a what do you call event too. Like senior camping motorcycle weekend.
Right.
And
Yeah,
get
just something that, brings back a lot of memories to a lot of them. I remember at Southridge when I used to start mine and they'd hear it, there's a lot of them that would smile, and, it just brings back memories.
I know if we had a bunch of clients, I could see it look like 4 or 5 years after we really start going, and say just we have 15, 20 clients with 4 campers up there, you know,
Right.
and then the motorcycle weekend event happens, and since you and I are we're the part of the camp, we've got that ownership. Then we decide who comes, so we make a special event just for the seniors.
Yeah.
Well, maybe motorcycles for seniors. Maybe they driving up. They're retired. They're coming up.
Get a couple show up with a sidecar or something,
Yeah, that would be nice.
just for them to feel that breeze in their face, and
I know.
yeah,
Yep. That's what's important about having, uh, trying to lead an active and healthy lifestyle when you're a senior up there in Maine, because I know you do have a lot of, just like in New York, you've got a lot of elderly up there that are
yeah,
being taken care of by their families, and then it gets harder and harder. Um,
right,
I remember the admissions we took at Southridge too, and just people that would want to go back home, but it just wasn't going to happen anymore. So we
right.
could go up and visit those nursing homes too, right? Well, we can
Oh
bring
yeah,
some of our stuff up there. Remember, I did a camping. I parked my camper at the atrium in Bayshore. They loved it. We cooked for them. They went inside the camper. We did
right,
the only thing we didn't do was a fire because it was so hot. I was
right,
sweating that day. But
right.
we could just grab the RV that we got up there, the smaller, the 20 foot, not the biggie 33 foot that I want to get up there. And we just we'll have our own campers up there, and we'll have fun. We'll bring them off the campsite, bring them to them. We've
Nice.
got some great opportunity here. That's the entrepreneurial spirit him and I have. Um, Oh boy, we can continue talking, him and I, but we only have a few more minutes left, folks. And again, I want to thank everybody for coming to our on the road tour 2026. Um, I have a lot more guests that are being scheduled now into the end of this month and next month. I'm always looking for someone I don't know. It doesn't have to be a former peer. If it's someone in the industry or someone that worked in either psych or hospital, anything in healthcare, senior care,
Right.
let me know and we'll come on and we'll chat. And you're going to see Will again. We'll have some other chats throughout the year as we uh, share our business ventures. Okay, with you. Will's got and Will when you come back on again, Will, I want you to have some of those the artworks ready to show
Okay,
off.
I will. I'll bring
Absolutely.
you around to it.
Yep, because I know I got a stock full of the pictures in my iPhone. Now
All
we could
right.
have with this studio here, we could have set up a camera roll, and then you and I would be up on the top left, and below we would be showing off
Oh
the
yeah,
outdoor pictures that you got.
yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
talk about that. This Restream studio is really cool. So
All right, cool,
all right,
Joe.
buddy. Yeah, let's talk again soon, okay? And we'll plan for that. For me to get up there, even if I have to fly up there. You said you'd pick me up.
Right. Yeah.
You pick
Oh
me up in
yeah.
Portland, right?
Yep.
Right in Portland. You're not far at
Yeah, and
all.
that'll be just, probably by the time you get up in the air, you'll be coming right back down.
I'll bring my laptop myself. I'm ready to go.
There you
That's all I
go.
need. All right,
All
buddy.
right.
All right. You have a good night. All right.
All right.
And
You
thanks
too.
again.